was a big thing for me when I had just graduated, going on to film sets and seeing, I mentioned school earlier, and talking about how I went on to film sets with people who had no background in film whatsoever. And when I would go into these film sets, I would, at first, it was like, oh, I have a master's degree in film. And they would all just get quiet and look at me and be like, okay. They were like, okay. And then gradually it turned to them just like busting out laughing. Who does that? You got a master's in film? And I was like, yeah, because I was told that the more educated you are, the higher you get paid, right? And that's how the film industry works. And they're like, no.
Yep.
And realizing that was a formula that you were fed. And interestingly enough, so with the K-pop work, they told me they hired me because of everyone who had approached them. I had a master's, which I thought was funny because I was like, but that doesn't mean that my film is good, though.
Mhm.
Interesting. But in other vocations, the master's means something. But in film, like someone asked me, would you get a doctorate? And I said, if I got my doctorate, it'd be because I'm old and I'm bored and I want to get educated in something completely different. And they were just like, you wouldn't get a doctorate in film. I said, no, no one does that. I promise you, no one does that. And they can't, some people can't wrap their head around it. But yeah, it's a formula that people tend to assume just works.
Yeah, exactly. I guess if you wanted to become a film professor, that would be your doctorate, right? That's the only path I could see that work in. But if you want to be a grip, you probably don't need it, right?
Right.
You'd be the most educated grip in the world.
Oh, man.